Riding Liberty centres around Sebastian, an 18-year-old boy who goes to work as a polo groom for an established polo yard. He has had a mentally traumatised upbringing. He's mute as a result, and he's a very special boy that we see come out later in the film. And he arrives at the polo yard, and he works for this boy that's very lazy, very spoilt, has everything going for him, has every opportunity to become an amazing player, and is desperate to become an amazing player, but he lacks horsemanship, dedication and work ethic. Parallel to Sebastian's story, we see Liberty. Liberty arrives at the yard to be retrained for polo. She's an ex-racehorse, completely unhandable at the time when she arrives, and the other boy has obviously landed the job to retrain her for polo. She arrives at the yard and the other boy cannot go near her. She won't trust him, she won't let anyone near him. But Sebastian manages to develop this trust and this amazing bond with Liberty. He's picked up by a professional polo player, he's watched and he's seen, and his skill is absolutely remarkable. So the story is very much about their relationship and how they have this mutual understanding of each other's suffering, and the story is then about their transformation. Riding Liberty is set within the backdrop of polo, and it gives a very unique, beautiful insight into polo and behind the scenes. We see the dedication and the work ethic that is needed for polo, the horsemanship. It's about the healing capacity of horses and animals, and it's also about retraining of racehorses.
The idea, the story, when Cassandra told me the original idea about this young boy bonding with a horse, but also a horse that has its own trauma in the same way that he does, and it's that collision of those two entities, the collision of the two worlds set against this backdrop of something that he aspires to, but he doesn't really have a way into, and it has been denied this for his whole life, not just because of his upbringing, but because of what has happened to him and the trauma that he's been through. But through meeting this traumatized horse, he gets a chance to redeem himself and also redeem the horse as well. And I just found that was such a beautiful idea, and it just wouldn't work if it didn't have that duality, that relationship between the boy and the horse. If you then put that against the backdrop of something as as prestigious as polo, something that he can really aspire to be a part of.
It's such an amazing sport because it's a physical and a mental game, and it's absolutely about your relationship with your horses. So I think it's really important because it's known for its glamour and elitism, but it's really not known for its horsemanship and the amount of work that goes into the horses. I have been involved in professional and amateur polo, or surrounded by it, most of my life. And being a filmmaker, I was just passionate about finding a story that I could make into a film. And for many, many years, I played around with so many different ideas, and I just couldn't find the right story that was going to be meaningful. I then heard the most remarkable story about how a horse changed a boy's life.
It's going to look incredible. The locations are stunning. It's the story, the characters, the performances. I mean, it's just everything is just going to be there to create an incredibly beautiful and timely film that I just think is going to resonate with so many people.
We have an incredible cast and crew all ready to go, and we just desperately need your support to make this really remarkable film happen.